Hi, welcome to episode 19 of Oxygen Not Included. I did let a number of cycles go by. Let me unpause it. About 17 cycles have gone by. And one of the things that happened is that food became an issue. I was not processing the food fast enough. So I had to build in a third smoker here. I wasn't keeping up with the demands of the population. Let me make sure that I've got some carbon dioxide problem here. I was getting blocked up. So, and also the fish food has started to come in, and you can see I'm dropping all the fish eggs into a little spot here. And what's going to happen is the fish eggs will hatch, they will maybe die. This will scoop up the fish fillets, and this was dedicated to making cooked seafood. So hopefully that's another source of food. This I just wanted to seal up to keep the cold in place. So two issues. I ran out of food for a little bit, or the food was running low. That was one problem. Another problem was that the base was getting a little too cool. So these things stopped growing, so I have to put in temp shift plates. I still am putting in some more, but temp shift plates got to be an issue. I've got lots of these eggs. These lums are doing well. Let's relocate some more of those eggs. But I'm not getting these rexes. If you look, I'm keeping track of feather fibers. I'm down to 1 unit. They're just not growing their feathers fast enough. I had hoped that these dartles would walk over here and get eaten, but that's not happening. So I'm going to choose to stop making tender brisket. Let's change that to 0. Stop with the tender brisket. And any of the meat, the tough meat, I'm just going to feed to these rexes. Where we got stations. Food. I'm going to feed them so hopefully that will cause their tail feathers to grow if they get fed the tough meat. These guys, yeah, I'm doing a lot of ranching of these guys. They're laying eggs, which is good. Elderly. 3 years left. Reproduction is not going to... They're not going to reproduce. Well, I guess he'll just die of old age. I need to do a little work to figure out how big this... Let's see, how big is this room? These rooms are 84. And how much space do they need? They need 16. So 16, 32, 64, 80. So one room can hold 5 of these lums. I don't know if they'll get enough food if these overgrown vines can feed 5 lums. So maybe I should plan on getting like 3 per room for now and see how that does. Let's get a little food thing here. Critter drop-offs. Okay, so I'll plan on 3 of these lumps per room. Another issue that I wanted to do is I wanted to get into space at some point, and I might start out... I want to get the research done. So let's talk about this. I had some problems with steam coming in, so I tried to vent it all into space, and it looks like that is helping. I opened up another... I think the steam came through when I built this. Somehow it was not sealing properly. So here I've got a little drip of water there and a little drip of biodiesel there, which is causing a vacuum in between. So I think this is sealing it up. So this is my access route for now. This is supposed to, it's kind of like a hot, medium, and a cool area. Stuff comes through here. When it gets down to 26 degrees, it gets dumped into the cool vent there. But this is not cooling off as fast as I'd like. I think there's too much other steam passing. Let's see if I can minimize this. You know what? This should be working pretty soon. Like this zone should be a cooler zone than this over here. I might put in... You know what? I think it's good. I'm just gonna leave that as is. But here... I want to think about if I'm going to have more turbines there, I want to start making use of all this turbine energy. That's dormant, so let's get down here and analyze this. I want to be able to feed some of this turbine energy to the other parts of the base that can use it. So let's think about bringing that down here. So right now, this steam turbines, these 5 turbines are basically energizing all these little diggers here, all these the auto sweepers. Where's my power line? These fish are a little crowded, but I just don't have enough water to keep them happy at the moment. All right. Yeah, so these steam turbines are supplying the sweepers. Maybe these ones can help supply more power to the base. I assume I'm going to build some more steam turbines across here. Okay, let's yeah, I'll keep digging across here. Fill this in and build a whole bunch of steam turbines across this bottom track. I can't go there because of the neutronium, but I can go 1, 2, 3 like that. Alright. And then I will come down here with a ladder on this side. Something like that. And again, I'm going to try to pick up all this iridium and feed it into the system so that it can cool off sort of naturally. Or I mean, the steam engines will absorb as much heat out of it as I can before I dump it out and put it to use in the base. Another thing occurred to me with this iridium has the property is 500 degree overheat. With that, I could make iridium, I could use this hydrogen vent here to without worrying about overheating. Can I get over there? It's kind of awkward, you know, to get over there. I'd have to get in here, but then I could suck up this hydrogen gas. There's some steam in there too. But I could burn that off with some hydrogen power plants made of iridium. That might be another power source. I'm going to have plenty of power source someday. Alright, so I have to somehow get the cooling loop also working to get these things cooled off as well. I don't know if I don't think I can squeeze through this narrow space here. Maybe I can come down this way and back up this way. It'll be an awkward cooling loop. Oh, so I also wanted to start collecting carbon dioxide so that I can make a carbon dioxide based rocket so I can get some more research done. That might be a later episode when I do rocketry. Alright, let's see. Let's get some of these just to get this started. Start collecting that carbon dioxide. How are we doing? Sweat corn is going down. I think if sweat corn catches up, I might get rid of this third smoker here. Are these guys getting tough meat yet? No. Let's Rex tough meat. Oh, they can use regular meat too. I'll just give them tough meat for now. Let's see. And I want to stop collecting tough meat up here. Alright, so tough meat is going to get fed to the Rexes is the plan. Let's say this is critters. Let's go lums and lumlets. Max of 3. We're doing. It looks like these things are growing. We have a little water leakage here. Let's try to... I still might do something different with this plastic, but for now, let's seal that up. And I'm going to put plates that they can walk on, mesh tiles here, so that they don't get the debuff for having soggy feet. I guess that's igneous rock. That's fine. Draining the water out of here. Do I risk? I don't know if these are angry. They're protecting. So if someone goes in there, they might get... You know, I should put all these guys in like their own dedicated spot so they'll just give me shells, but so they don't harm any people. Can I have a Pokeshell dumping ground? Do they care about temperature or anything like that? Pokeshell up to 40 degrees. You know, a spot where I don't travel very often. I'm not sure. Okay, let's look at the dupe. I could use a rancher yet. Rocketry, doctoring. Let's reject them all. Are they getting food yet? I have to wait to get one of these. One of these was elderly. Okay, elderly. You are going to get... You'll die in a year anyway. So if he'll die, the tough meat will go down here. These guys can eat it. And I think they poop brine, so let's go ahead and switch this to mesh tiles so that the brine falls down. Let's keep some mesh tiles up here. And dig that out so it drains down. Let's cancel that. How are we doing up here? Still working on this. Okay. So I might do something like this. So this can supply power to the base, so I'm not using up all my natural gas all the time. Oh, we've got a research. Let's sweep up those data banks. Next activity in 13 cycles. Okay, that's good. Almost done. It's a long walk. I mean, they got to walk all the way up around. I can imagine one day if this all gets cooled off that I can actually open this up and... Do I want to dig these up? If I dig those up... Maybe let's let this be sweep only. Allow manual use. And put the iron in there. So if I dig those out, I can finally expand these and make these the actual bedrooms that they should have been, the private bedrooms the whole time. All right, we're getting our gas. Let's think about this. For a future episode, I'm going to build a rocket. Oh, I had to put in some plates because meteors were coming down and destroying my stuff down here. I can't remember if that was on screen or not. But in any case, let's think about it in the future. Let's get some rocketry. A rocket platform. Well, I've got this extra super hot iron. You know, for now, I'll just make it out of copper. Let's put a rocket platform. I want to make it up a little bit so that when it vents out, it doesn't cause too much heat damage. And I'll have to, I'll put the bunker doors up higher. All right, how are we doing? Okay, so I got this up. So let me sweep this iron. And let's turn off this. I don't want him to sweep it all the way back to here. Just temporarily. Let's turn that off. So pick up the iron, put it in here, which should start it on its path into this system. I'm going to cut this off here so I don't bring any more. So iron is going to start circulating around and work its way over and out. That's the plan. Let me get this really juicy iron. It is 1,000 degrees, which might be a little too hot. You know what? Or maybe the fact that it's already done. Maybe I just, maybe I leave it down here, but I just put in this extra layer. Something like that. I just push up the insulation. Oh, we got one of these built. Let's make sure that I've got the plumbing to deal with it. Okay, so this is going to... Plumbing. I'm gonna go down there. And I'll feed both of these into the same one. So that's gonna feed out there. This one will come this way. And I'm going to need those cooling guys. These conduction panels. So let's run a cooling loop. Can I go right here? These other ones I'm always going two. Maybe I can get by with just one at this point. Let's think if I go up. You know, maybe one cooling thing should be enough. Yeah, I'm going to send it down through and up and around. Are we done down here or no? Let's prioritize this. Okay, let's get this done. Once this is done, I will seal up this hole here. I got two little omelets working. I wonder if I should get a second incubator just to make it go faster. Got a lot of eggs. Oh, what happened? Oh, they fell down. Okay, let's relocate you back up here. That's funny. Oh, and there is meat in there, so they can eat once they get up there. 12 kilograms of meat. This guy is... Let's relocate him over here so maybe he'll get eaten by Rex. Alright, what's going on? Still working on this. So build a rocket platform. It'll be based on... The first one will be carbon dioxide. Okay, we're getting this done. That's nice. I can even increase the speed a little bit. Let's dig a little igneous rock here, so they have the resources on hand. It looks like they already have plenty of igneous rock. I'm going to change this. Oh, it's still working. Yes, this area was a disappointment. It never heated up enough. I don't know if the amber was too cold or what's going on. Maybe I'll change this to keep 100 kilograms. But it cooled off way too much, so I was never able to get this automatic amber processing done. Maybe it touched too many really cold items or something. Maybe someday it'll work. I don't have this analyzed yet, so someday I'd also like to get in there and analyze that thing. What's going on? Oh, they're insulating it with shale. That's what's taking so long. Okay, let's cancel this. I need to be insulating this with igneous. That way they get done a little faster. Okay, let's go like that. So they were having to get shale, run all the way around instead of just staying here and just going igneous, igneous, igneous. He's depositing iron. Do I really care about that? I guess it can't hurt. That's a lot of busy work there. Right, why are we not building this? Did I not prioritize? Let's prioritize these things. Get this built. Once the stuff is built, then I can seal this area up again and not have to worry about it for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steam turbines is a pretty decent amount of cooling, I would say. Alright. Whoops. Let's not rebuild. These are already built. Oh, what's going on with Hassan? He's hungry? Critter starvation. Paku. Where is this Paku starving? These guys are starving, but they've got access to all these seacums up above. I thought they would eat seacums. Looking for food. Yeah, they should be able to eat seacum leaves. You know what? Let's check this. I want to disable harvest. They should be... Let's see if the fish should go up and nibble on those. That should be their diet. Okay, food is coming in fast now. Sweat corn is down. Okay, so I think that I don't need this anymore. So I'm gonna change this to 1, and when this is done, I'm gonna deconstruct it, because I think these 2 are keeping up with the sweat corn. I don't need the 3rd one. Yeah, this guy's getting seafood. Are they eating their meat? Just 8. Just 8. Scales are growing. Oh, that might be the saving grace here. If they eat those tough meats when these lums die. Tiding. I'm looking for a great rancher. I'm going to reject them all until I get a great rancher. Alright, let's finish this up. Priority 9. Get those things done. And get this thing built. Can this see down here? Yep, it can see. So when this leaks out iron, it will scoop it up, deposit it, and ship it out. I probably could have made these this power line out of iron also instead of copper, since I've got iron close by. This is oxygen now. Yeah, it's coming through this door, but it's such a low amount that it should not be transferring too much heat. This steam engine, this is cool steam. Hopefully these things are cooling off fast. It is the iron. All right, let's think about this. New rocket. Let's make it a carbon dioxide engine. And above the carbon dioxide engine, it holds its own carbon dioxide. Let's put in a... Do I have a solar panel? A battery, maybe? I don't know what I need for sure, but I want to get a nice big, a big chunky space for our module. And cover for it. Is that how it works? Okay. It's a little top heavy. But my plan is to do some orbital research. Send a dupe up. Do orbital research. Oops, let's unpause it. It looks like this is almost done. Just got to build this conductive wire bridge. Waiting gold delivery. Someone's currently working on it. Okay. When that's done, I will seal it up. You know, I gotta get more plastic. Let's, for the time being, let's make unlimited plastic here. Let's go with this forever. While I'm waiting for this to come into production. 50 degrees. It keeps dropping, you know. It gets up 50 and then it just instantly drops down. Once a little bit melted, it just... maybe it's because I ran the cooling loop through here for a little bit. I might have froze that. Alright, so let's get this other... 3 stables with 3 lums each. I don't know if that'll be enough to keep these guys fed. Oh, and these guys, I might be accidentally grabbing their legs. I might have to move these guys somewhere. They're tame. I mean, they're not tame. They're wild. So if I put them somewhere on their own, they would kind of live out their lives for eternity without having to be fed or anything. They can survive on their own. Oh, for a while when food was scarce, I thought about putting more overgrowth vines over here. You know, maybe I will do that. Let's put an overgrowth vine. Nah, I've got plenty of food. I'm not going to worry about that now. Okay, it looks like at this point I can seal this up. Seal that up. Let me put that there, and I'm going to run the pipe just to, in case I need to break in again. I can imagine that happening one day. And then I'll run the liquid through here. Okay, let's get this stuff done. All right, we've got action. We've got more steam power. So this comes down. This is just going to feed into this loop here, which only has 400 watts. Oh, there is food in there. So there's not only is there food in there, but there's also food left over in the storage bin. Maybe I can consolidate these guys again. He just ate also. Maybe he's getting enough from these dartles. Here's 2. You know what? Let's relocate them. I'm going to go back here and try to stack them all up so they all get food as frequently as these lums keel over and die. I might have to... Are these guys getting crowded? Oh, starving. How healthy are these? Overgrow vines. Growing fruit. I don't know if maybe one of these can only support 2 lums. I'm not sure how many lums can be supported by an overgrow vine. I'm hoping for 3. But maybe these each only hold 2 lums. 2, 4, 6, 8. I can make... Actually, I don't have room to... Because I'm using this, I can't make this a stable unless I somehow push it up or a little, like, invade this other space a little bit. Maybe I do have to make some stables over here. Do I do that? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is not going to be a stable here, but I could... Oh no, this I'm going to run into heat issues. If I go through here, I'm going to get this super hot abyssite, which is going to mess things up. What if I dug this out and stuck it with regular insulated tiles? I could get a stable in here. Oh, I'm going to drip some salt water, it appears, make a mess. Drain this down. Oops. This is, What if I sweep this up? Is that fine? If this stuff spills over into here, I think that is fine. Not that can I reach it? But I might be able to get up there. Yeah, I'll spill this down. We'll sweep it up. Feed the system. Yeah, that should be fine. Then I can drain this. I'll just keep draining it all down in the same system. How are we doing? Alright, we got 3 of these things. Turbine's too hot. Okay. Turbines are too hot because they're not getting cooled. So let's run that through that there. Priority 9. Alright, let's get the water going. There we go, they've cooled off. Yeah, this oxygen is super high temperature, so there is some transmittal of heat from like the stuff on the ground and the air. I wish this was more of a vacuum. Five grams of oxygen. But I think we're in business. Alright, that's good. This building's coming along. Uh-oh. You know, let's get some of these things. Copy. How much do I have? I can make a few of them. Just to stop this from getting destroyed by meteors. Is that going to be enough? I don't know if I can make a third one. I don't know if I build across. Do ladders get wrecked by rockets? Not really sure. Let's see the view interior. Okay, so I'm going to want in here plumbing, a wall toilet. That has to be made of plastic also. Okay, let's get a wall toilet. At the bare minimum, I need a... Oops, am I paused? I can't tell if I'm paused or not. We got idle dupes. I'm going to slow it down for a little bit. Stations. An orbital data collection lab. Germs are going to be a problem. And I'm going to want like a bedroom and a mess hall. I want to get as many rooms as possible in here to help minimize the stress. Let's make some gold tiles here. Why is it saying I can't build there? Awaiting delivery of gold. It doesn't like something about that. You know what? Let's go all in on the plastics. Let's get a plastic ladder. So we'll make a dining room and a bedroom up here. We need a power source. I almost never do these rockets. Do I have powers? I might not have rock. Oh, there's a power outlet. Okay. Let's squeeze a power thing there. Everything's going to be as fancy as possible. I got. Oops. Let's see. What am I doing for oxygen? Do I have oxylite? I don't know if I have much oxylite. But I think I will do that. Oxylite, if I understand right, should maintain... Should not... that. If I do only oxylite, they won't get their ears popped. Let's find our oxylite. I might have to create an oxylite maker. Let's see, radiation. Yes, there is some radiation coming in. I'm going to want to maybe cover up some of these... 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's cover these up. Just to try to minimize radiation. I'm going to want a bedroom. How big does a bedroom have to be? Barracks, 12 tiles. Do I go with a comfy bed? Can I fit that? Luxury barracks. A comfy bed and a decor item. Alright, let's get a arrow pot made of diamond. I've got diamonds available. Sure, let's go for it. Let's try to make this area pretty. And a dining room. Can I get a little dining room in here as well? Mess hall, 12 size. Yep, so I'll have a little mess hall as well. So I'll have a bedroom, a mess hall, and then this is just kind of the generic working area. What's going on? Someone's getting radiation. Okay, let's deconstruct that. I'm gonna have to have a little bit of food. Hopefully they can fit in here. A little bit of food, a little mess table, make it out of gold. So I'll have oxylite down here. I will have plastic. Working area. Let's get some little more diamond arrow pots up here. So I'll try to make this as comfortable as possible given the circumstances for a pilot. How do I close this? Where do I get to my regular Camboni? Okay. I have to fill this with carbon dioxide. I don't know if I can get through that. It might be unreachable. All right. How are we doing? This area seems to be good. Oh, it's finished. It's emptied out all the stuff. Let me go back to fix this bridge. So here's where we're feeding stuff into the system. I just want to scoop up all the stuff that's laying around here. Now let's go ahead and try to sweep this up. Yeah, let's pick up everything I can. So we're going to pick it up. We're going to ship it in here. It's going to get delivered. It's going to circulate around while it's cooling off. There's a bunch of these neutroniums, 179 degrees. Yeah, I want to sweep these things up. Maybe another one over here. Oh, too bad I can't get in here. I should have built one more thing here. You know, maybe I can get it. If I build a bridge there, maybe that'll work. Oops. Something like that. Alright, let's pick up the speed a little bit. Critter starvation, alum. How bad is this guy doing? You know what? If he starves to death, there are other, so it looks like maybe I can do 2 at a time. 2 lums at a time. How are we doing for food here? Just 8, looking for food. Okay, so these guys are looking for food. Are they always looking for food after they ate? Oh, but I see feathers. They're starting to get feathers. Let me see the status. Scale growth. Yeah, they are growing feathers, so this is working. I might have to say, just give me 2 lums at a time. This unfortunately got shortened. This is a natural growing one, which is nice, but I don't know that it's worth the effort that it's costing me. I do really like the fact that I've got this nature reserve in here. Yeah, dupes are sitting around with nothing to do. Okay, let's sweep up stuff. Let's put you guys to work. Plenty of stuff to sweep up, clean up. How are we doing here? Let's dig some more of this out. Oh boy. Can I make another 1, 2, 3, 4? So I don't need this Snactus. If I wanted to make another, if I want to make another place to grow lums, another ranch for these guys, I think I will do that. Let's deconstruct this. One, two. Let's put a ladder here. drain this out if I can. I don't know if I can even get up there. Days, drain the water down. Let's make sure it gets prioritized to drain this water through here, so hopefully I don't forget about that. And this will ideally be another ranch. Do I need the Snactus and the Mimicabut? It's kind of nice to have this. Mimicabut I'll keep, because that'll help grow this thing. The Snactus, I think I'm gonna dig you up, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make Snactus no longer edible. No one should eat Snactus. Although I could harvest these, I could grow hydroponic farms and actually put a feeder instead of letting them like find their own food. Instead of letting them find their own food, I could put a little feeder in there and feed them that way. Yeah, these guys are starving. Let's relocate you up to here. I might have to start sweeping these lum eggs too to make sure they stay happy. So with 2 they're eating food, I'll have to do some research and see how much food they eat and how much they need. Alright, let's think about this. This goes 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. This will go right to the end. Let's move it one space further over. Put the ladder up here if I need to get up. Oh, I've got this whole water supply I've never even touched. Oh, and I made this, unfortunately, with igneous. Okay. Well. I like to build out of granite. Let's build it out of granite. Right, plumbing. Let's send some water up this way. Is that kind of a convoluted way? Yeah, that's fine. Let's grow our overgrow. Let's deconstruct this deodorizer. Get rid of this ladder. And let's put in a grooming station. So this can be another ranch for... Is this draining out? Pipe is blocked. That's fine. It's going slowly. I mean, the overgrowths will drink it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's think about this. Do I want to sweep up all of the... If they lay any eggs, I'm going to need to sweep them out, or they're going to get over... So I can stop manually bringing them out. Let's consider this. If I have 2 lums per ranch... Okay, they're harvesting this. Do I do it? Do I make this a ranch too? I don't know about this. Maybe this top one has to become a ranch. Maybe this will be where the wild things grow. I'll put the wild lums in here and let them live out their lives. It's just kind of inconvenient that this little sweat corn had to use up that space. If I had pips, I could grow some more ones around here. New printers available. Okay, I'm going to reject them all. Yeah. Alright, nitpicky stuff. Let's get these buildings built. Oh, and let's go with the fancy arrow pots made of diamonds. As long as I'm going... Okay. So this is full. We've got arrow pots here, no plants in them. Do I have some rose bushes? Sure. Let's give them some rose bushes. Let's go with about 500 kilograms of plastic. 1,000 kilograms of plastic. That is a manufactured plastic. Okay, so we got plastic in there. This will be for sublimators. This will be bleached oxalate. And this will be for some sort of food, but I don't know what kind of food we're going to put in there yet. Yeah, these things aren't growing because it's a vacuum. But how are we looking for rooms? We've got a luxury barracks, a mess hall, a miscellaneous room. They're going to get some food poisoning germs. I will go, while we're at it, let's deconstruct this. Let's make sure they can wash their hands too. And for now, no one can use this. But I do need to make sure there's water in there for that to work. So I'm just gonna kind of zigzag. Is this what I want to do? That should be enough water. And let's get a filler. Let's make it out of gold. Okay. So I'm going to put something to wash their hands, and I'm going to fill this with water so that that'll function. I do need oxalate. I might not have any of it. So let's think about a way to make oxalate. Is there a place? This is still kind of like my main power line is coming up here. Make oxalate in here? Yes, because this can feed oxygen directly into it. Okay. Let's get an oxalate making zone here. That's refinement. An oxalate refinery. Something like that. Uses a lot of power. And let's get a little storage bin for it. And I'm going to keep it with a little bit of water so that it will, so that it won't off gas until I'm using it. And let's get a little auto sweeper that can sweep up the oxalate and put it in the bin. Something like that. Okay. You know what? Let's get a little water in here. Enable auto bottle. Alright, let's sweep stuff up. Oxalate. It does have an air input. Let's go through and take it out of this middle. This middle seems to be using the least amount of, so we'll have a flow going in here. Okay, this is going to be oxalate. Give it a priority 1. Okay, I'm done. So that'll hold oxalate. This should make oxalate. Water's coming in. It should be making oxalate. We'll dump it in there. When it makes enough of it, it'll pick it up. And the dupes can carry it up to the rocket. Is it medicine? Let's get a little hand sanitizer. Alright, so the goal is to put a dupe in there that likes to be in outer space so that they don't get too much more stress. Let's take a look at the vitals. I can't remember who might have a bio of, what's it called when they like space? Starry-eyed? Slow learner. You know what? I think I might call the session. We've done a lot, and when I'm offline, I will look, see who's starry-eyed, and I will do a skill scrub and be able to send them to space next episode. I'm happy with the way this is chugging along. Let's pick up everything here. Let's slow down for a moment. Okay. So I want to pick it up, load it in here, feed this. Is this picking up stuff? Let's see. Why is it not processing? So this should be coming down. Why is it? It should be. Maybe this rail is not complete. I don't know why this is not working. Conveyor loader. Let's put all standard in there. So it should scoop up. And it should go into here. There it is, it's moving. I wonder why this one isn't moving. Like kind of dead ends on here. Like maybe the rail is blocked behind it. Alright, so we're feeding in here. It should loop around. Okay, we'll just gotta keep this going. Conveyor mafic rock 127. Wonder why it's not losing its temperature so fast. I wonder if running it through like a solid metal tile would help distribute the heat faster. Alright, well in any case, this is chugging away. These guys should be generating energy and also slowly but surely cooling this place off. Excess energy is getting used by the base. How are the Rexes doing? Mr. Prey? Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do next then is probably offline I will add things up here to pick up any stray eggs and drop them off by the incubator. I will be having ranches for 1, 2, 3. Maybe I will build a ranch out of this if I can. I'm not sure if I can make the space work. I might have to move this. Yeah, maybe I'll move the soda fountain and make this a ranch. I'll have a little zone here with, it's not a ranch, it'll just be overgrow figs for spare food. Although food is doing really good now. Food is really at a surplus. Let's deconstruct that. For a while I was stressed out and I really ramped up the food production here. I guess it doesn't go bad. It'll just stay here forever. So when I add dupes, I can spare it. But I will make this a ranch. So I can have a couple of them up here. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did dig that thing up. I don't want to dig up this other Mimica. So I'll make sure where the overgrow node can feed 2 or 3 lums. And I guess I'll see you next time. Oh, let's see what's going on. Do I still have... This is no longer... This is slightly too big to... I'm not getting the little bonus. Let's put a door here to make sure that I keep getting the nature reserve bonus for whenever they come through here. Alright, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.